Hello, Taylor Pearson's newsletter subscribers. My name is Kei He. I'm the creator of the Rad Reads blog, and I teach the Notion course, Supercharge Your Productivity. Taylor was kind enough to invite me into your inboxes and asked me to share one of my favorite Notion workflows. So what I'm going to show you today is what I call a smart reading list. It effectively creates a version of Pocket where your articles can be scored off of your own metadata and then resurfaced as time passes. I hope you find it helpful.
All right, let's dig in. So first we'll begin with a table, a large spreadsheet, which is entirely populated using the Notion Clipper. So you grab articles from the web, either through the Chrome extension or through iOS or Android sharing buttons, and it pulls the articles into directly into this table. And what you'll see if you're not familiar with the Clipper is that as you go in, it grabs the link automatically, it grabs the pictures, it grabs the article itself. It has about a 70% hit rate in my experience. And so if you look here, you have stories that have been added for a year. There's probably 900 stories in here. And so what I have here now are little flags. So the little bullseye here means that this story is awesome. It is a personal note of mine, just to flag that this is something that I want to reread at a later date. Probably do that, a couple times a week at most. Then you have a piece of metadata. This is a tag. This means that I share the newsletter. I share this article in my newsletter, and so there's a ranking here. But you could treat this as your own individual ranking. This is something I used to use, but no longer, so let's hide it. Then there's a description. Sometimes I'll go in and write in like a key one-liner just so I can remember the article at a later date. And then we have a modified column and this blank column that I'm going to delete. Okay, so now we're armed with, here we have 3 pieces of metadata that we're going to use to create like a smart score, a ranking system. So what I'll do here is I'm going to build up the score. So this will be bull score, and this is going to be a formula. I go to the advanced type formula. Now the formula will say if bullseye, then we're going to make this worth let's say 5 points. Else make it worth 0 points. Okay, so there you see the formula come in. So I'll move it to the left of the bullseye. Next, we'll use my ranking system, and here I'll create a simple formula, but same concept. So this will be rank score. Again, it will be a formula. And if it's going to be I think you have to do equal. Let's see, if equal our story number. Story number. Then if it's 1. So I only want to give it something if it's 1. If equal, then I'll make that, let's see, it's probably a slightly weaker signal than me giving it something, so I'll make that like a 3. Else I'll give it a 0. And then I'll click 0. So again, now I'll move my rank score over here. So you'll see only the ones will get scores of 3. That's like it's a weaker signal. And then if I went through the trouble of writing a description, let's give that another score. So let's do descript score. Descript score. And that will be formula. And the descript score will be, again, if, let's see, if it's empty, right? So empty is a formula like in Excel. If empty, the description, then it will be worth 0 because it's empty. Else, let's see. Description is actually pretty powerful, so let's make that a 6. Oh, if I think I'm missing. Okay, so let's see our descript score. Yep. So you'll see that these two have descriptions, so their score is 6. Everything else it doesn't. And then we'll do a formula that adds them all up. Total score. And that's again a formula. So just basic. It's kind of like Excel formulas. And so we're basically just going to add up all of the different scores we came up with. So I have a lot of fields here. Let's see, where are my fields? So bullseye score, plus rank score, plus description score. So now I have my total score. And I can rank. Let's rank. Sort. So they were sorted descending. So I could rank it by total score. Descending. So now you see, woman asked Twitter the best thing you learned at therapy. That was a solid article. So that's a 6. You're in a jail cell of your own making. This Tyler Cohen, World 1.0 versus World 2.0. So we have this scoring that goes all the way down to 3. Okay, so now what we'll do is we're going to use this in like a dashboard, basically. So I'll create a new dashboard, and that could be Smart Reading List. All right. And I'm going to grab that database, create linked database. And that's called JJ Library. I'm just going to widen this out so you can see it a little bit better. I'm not going to do a surfing background, but what I will do is a nice hot pink background. Okay, so this is my Smart Reading List. It pulled in this massive table, my entire reading library. Now, I'm going to actually, what I'm going to do is I'll flip this into a gallery view. Now, right away, it pulls up. This is my entire library. But that's not enough. Let's make it let's filter it. Actually, let's see our scores, right? So what properties do we want to see? We want to see our let's see, URL, in case you want to click directly through it. Where did I just a URL, and then total score, rank score. Okay, so you'll see a lot of zeros. Okay, now I want to add a filter because I only want to see the things that are scored. So rank score is greater than 0. Okay. So now you'll see there's about, 15 of my articles made that scoring system. So then what I'll do is let's filter them. Actually, let's make it smaller. Let's filter them. Let's sort them by the rank score. Descending. So, you know what? This is actually, I believe this is the wrong score that we're sorting by. Let me go back to my filter. Total score. That's why. Total score is greater than 0. Okay. Now it mixed it up, and then let me just fix the properties. Just so I had shown the wrong score. I guess I had an old score from before. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. There we go. We see the scores are ascending, so let's sort them in descend. Oh, that's why we're score. Okay. Total score, rank score. That's what got confusing. So let's go back to total score and then sort total score by descending. Okay. And one last thing, I want to make this very small. So I change the properties. Okay. All right. So now here's that World 1.0, 2.0. This is the Tyler Cohen article, David Allen on Tim Ferriss. Why don't rich people stop working, I believe. Just stop working. Okay. These are some of my favorite articles according to my ranking system. Now I'm going to add another filter because I want, because what's happening is time's going to elapse and I want the old articles, I want them to be resurfaced. So I have a score here, and I'm going to use date modified because the date modified will serve as a proxy. So the date modified is before 1 month ago. Okay. So these are stories that are older than a month ago that are ranked. So let's try something now. So what just happened is I've created this clicker variable. And the clicker variable will basically say, okay, this is what I'm doing is I'm reviewing this list. So money is the megaphone of identity. Okay. Do I want to grab anything from this piece? Okay, I'm good. I'm going to click back out. I'm going to hit this clicker and it pops out of this inbox. Ladders of Wealth. I'm going to hit this clicker, pops out of the inbox. And so what I'm doing is I'm basically tweaking Notion's last modified date to give me a content inbox of old articles that I've ranked. So that is our smart reading list for you voracious readers. I hope you enjoyed it. And hit me up with any questions.